City powered by 1,000 different ambitions, moving in different directions. You can see it etched on people's faces. The hunger, the urgency, the silent calculations, that relentless drive is what keeps the city fast paced and unpredictable, always vibrating with energy and intensity. I was born and raised here. I have seen struggle at close range and watched people fight every single day just to stay afloat. Lagos taught me it's cold early. There is no room for slacking, and the city does not forgive hesitation. It demands your full attention, focus, sharp thinking, constant alertness. Here you learn to be decisive, to act without trembling, because in Lagos, no one is coming to rescue you if you can't stand your ground. The city simply moves on and leaves you behind. You see, I had this acquaintance named Sam Okeke, a neighbor, an uninvited friend, permanent disturbance of my quiet life. Sam had that restless spark in his eyes, like the world was a dare he hadn't fully accepted yet. He chased thrills the way normal people chased sleep. You could always tell he was about to do something crazy. He'd grin first, then say, "Watch this." I didn't realize it then, but knowing Sam meant standing a little closer to chaos than I was safe. I would admit it though, he was smart. The kind of smart that didn't show in class tests, but came alive around wires, screens, and code. At just 20, still a college student, computers were his playground and temptation. He had a girlfriend too, which was surprising to everyone, because somehow, between reckless ideas and late night tinkering, he still managed to be charming. Her name was Grace. If Sam was chaos, Grace was the calm that made people forget chaos existed. She had that effortless elegance, the kind you don't advertise because it advertises itself. Beautiful, poised, charming without trying. She could walk into a crowded hall and the noise would simply adjust around her. People noticed, a lot of people, not just regular campus boys with loud promises, but rich and influential men, the type with security escorts, political connections, and business cards that open doors. They wanted her the way powerful men want everything, confidently, like desire was just another transaction. Expensive gifts, sleek cars, waiting outside lectures, invitations to private lounges, and all of it found its way to her. Grace never bragged. She didn't need to. Her smile did enough damage. Lecturers forgot where they stopped in class. Girls watched her with envy, and guys rehearsed sentences in their heads before speaking to her. She was undeniably beautiful and dangerously admired. And out of everyone she could have chosen, she chose Sam. This was that part nobody, including me, fully understood. Then a contest emerged for Sam. His name was Victor. Tall, elegant, rich, influential. The type of man any normal girl would dream of. Old money, new power. The kind of influence that doesn't shout because it doesn't need to. His family name opened doors. His bank accounts kept them open. He had connections with politicians, business owners, and the kind of people whose phone calls changed grades, careers, futures. Victor noticed Grace, not in passing, but carefully. At first, it was the usual attention: flowers delivered to the department office, drivers waiting beside sleek cars, invitations written in the kind of handwriting that looks expensive. But then it shifted. The gifts stopped looking like admiration and started looking like claims. And when Victor discovered Grace was with Sam Okeke, something changed in his eyes. Interest became challenge. He didn't shout, he didn't fight. He simply leaned on the world around Sam. Suddenly, Sam's lecturers began to notice him in a different way. Extra attendance checks, assignment marks disappearing, exams being graded with strange strictness. A few even called him aside and said things like, "Focus on your studies. Some relationships are distracting." Whispers followed him in the faculty office. Opportunities he had lined up quietly vanished. One lecturer, smiling too politely, mentioned having friends who thought Grace deserved better. Victor never touched Sam, he didn't have to. Influence did the touching, money did the pushing, and status did the rest. Doors that used to open for Sam began to close. Friends grew nervous. People who once greeted him looked away, and Sam understood something very clearly. He wasn't just dating Grace anymore. He was standing in the path of a man who was used to getting everything he wanted. Being smart is an advantage, but sometimes it feels like a curse. Sam was young, and like most young people, he was daring in ways wisdom hasn't yet caught up with him. He knew he couldn't match Victor Adeyemi in power, money, or influence. Victor had the world on speed dial. Sam had only one weapon that truly belonged to him: tech. So he did what he did best. He started digging. Not loudly, not recklessly, but quietly, like a shadow with a keyboard. He traced the edges of Victor's life the way a hunter studies footprints, who he really was, who he really was behind the polished suits, the people he talked to when the camera was gone, the businesses tied to his name, the whispers attached to his reputation. Sam went where curiosity became obsession, and the deeper he looked, the clearer one truth became. Victor wasn't just rich, he was protected. That made it personal. Sam didn't want to scare him, he wanted him to feel something he'd probably never felt before: vulnerability. So he called someone he trusted, Daniel Olabudi. Everyone simply called him Olasmart. The nickname wasn't a joke. Daniel had a gift for reading people the way Sam read code. If Sam operated in cyberspace, Daniel operated in conversations, rooms, places where eyes and smiles were weapons. Sam told him everything, not with drama, but with anger carefully folded into sentences. Grace, Victor, the intimidation, the pressure, the lecturer suddenly acting like judges in someone else's court. The way doors had begun to close for him because a powerful man wanted his girlfriend. Daniel listened in silence and smiled slowly. "All right," he said. "Let's see how untouchable he is." It didn't happen overnight. It took 2 months of patience, the kind of patience that burns. Daniel got close, not suspiciously close, just available. A friendly face at the right gatherings, a helpful presence around Victor's circle. He blended into the background where powerful men forgot people exist. Names were learned, habits noticed, routines mapped, the kind of details powerful men never imagine anyone is paying attention to. Sam waited, the anger aging inside of him. He didn't want noise, he wanted precision. And when Daniel finally called one evening and simply said, "I have what you need," Sam didn't celebrate, he just exhaled. Because now, for the first time since this started, Victor wasn't the only one with power. The deeper Sam and Daniel dug into Victor Adeyemi's life, the stranger his wealth began to look. On paper, Victor was impressive: businesses, properties, connections that stretched from Lagos to London. But when Sam analyzed the figures, something didn't add up. The bank balances didn't match the lifestyle. The cars, the houses, the influence, they were bigger than the numbers that supposedly powered them. It was like looking like an ocean that fed a stream, until Sam looked further. That was when he saw it. Buried beneath the layers of shell companies and shadow accounts was a different flow of money. Quiet, fast, unregulated transactions disappearing into digital fog and reappearing as assets. I think I'm going to stop my story here because of time, and I'm going to continue it in my next video. Thank you.